Alrighty, people. So, today is Tuesday. It's about 8 a.m. Doing a fast cardio first. Kind of wanted to come on here and talk about how I'm structuring my off season, how I plan on make the improvements I need to make. You know, the last time I competed before this year was 2023. When I switched over to Classic, I ended up third in San Diego and fifth in Texas. And it's still in my head that, hey, coming from men's physique, like, maybe I can do this. I wanted to take longer because I have it in my head, as a lot of guys do. It's like, I want to go in there and dominate right away. I want to take the time and show up with an undeniable physique. You said a lot of undeniable. The thing about bodybuilding is there's very, 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 very few undeniable people. Bumstead was one of those people. Phil was one of those people. I think right now Keon is one of those people. But the judges will judge what shows up. And it's hard to be the best all the time, except for those few people that I mentioned who are never off. Those people are always on. And so I'm not going to say that I'm looking for an undeniable physique. I'm looking to make improvements. The show that I did about 5-6 weeks ago or so, I knew going into it I was not looking to win the show. And that's different for me. You know, I've done 27, 28, something like that shows. And I've always gone with the mindset of like, win the show. When I was an amateur, win. Even as a men's physique guy, as a pro, that was the mindset. I've never gone into a show knowing and accepting that I'm not going to win this show and I'm not going to be in the top call out. I hoped I could be in the top call out, but I knew that wasn't very realistic, especially with a shortened prep like I did. My goal was top 10, I ended up getting 10th. But what really was the factor for me that I cared about the most was, did I improve from 2023? Because from the front, I have a lot of good attributes from the front. I need to improve depth, width, you know, just muscularity in general. With my backside, the huge gap that was glaring to me was my adductors from the back. And part of it was from posing. But I'm super satisfied with the way my back looked this time. Yes, 100% needs to be improved. I was 10th place, so a lot of improvements to make. But it showed me that what I applied over the last year, coming back to the sport for being off for 2 years, showed me that my training style, my nutrition, my focus on the muscle I wanted to bring up actually came up. So applying all of that same discipline and strategy into my off season, bringing up my backside and treating off season like a prep. Ruff calls it improvement season. Call it that, improvement season, off season, whatever. But the goal is to be better. I'm late enough in my career. I've been doing this for over a decade now. I'm late enough in my career to have a broader vision of my goal. You know, when I was young, 21, 22, 23, I want to be fucking Mr. Olympia. I want to Men's League Olympia. I can win that shit. Not that I doubt myself, I just know I'm realistic. I know that there are guys with freak genetics that can put in half the work and destroy me, no matter what I do. In the same way that there are guys in the gym that see me, they do, what are you training? What are you doing? What are you on? Doesn't matter what you do, how long you train, you will not look like me, right? I have a crazy physique for most people, but there's people that I look at them like, that is unattainable. There's no way I could look like that. So I have a broader perspective, and I know bodybuilding shows are categorized into tiers in terms of the size, the production, the prize money, the eyes on it, and just how prestigious that show is. tiers 1, 2, and 3. Tier 3 shows, not that they're not good shows. Some of the best productions I've been in are tier 3 shows. They're smaller organizations, or just smaller productions. And I know at a tier 3 show, I can win. Again, it depends on who shows up. A couple tier 1 champions roll into a tier 3 show, doesn't mean I'm gonna win that show. But if I consider myself like a tier 3, 2.5, 3 athlete. And that took a lot of maturing to get to think like I'm not a tier 1 athlete. It's fine. This late in my career, having a family, a full-time job, I've been doing this for over a decade. I don't plan on quitting ever quitting the gym, quitting lifting, quitting my lifestyle of bodybuilding, but I do know that there is an end date for my competitions. And my main goal is to win a tier 3 show. Awesome to be in the mix in a tier 2 show. I would get smoked at a tier 1 show, but I truly believe if I put all the pieces together, I have the right coach, give me the right information, that I could win a tier 3 show. I've coached myself for the last decade. I've coached myself for 99% of the shows I've done. And my knowledge is capped out. When I know to do, how to prep, how to diet, the protocols, all of that is tapped out, and I have to hand the reins over. But I'm not willing to hand the reins over unless I know that I've put in everything that I can possibly do and give this coach a full playbook. I don't want to come in if I'm not healthy, if I'm not focused, if I'm not already, if I don't already have the dedication, the motivation to grind. Because the coach can't fix you. The coach just steers you. I need the momentum. I bring the momentum to a coach. Here's what I look like. Here's my blood work. Here's my lifestyle. How would you most optimally improve this to get me to my goal? Because that's when the coaches themselves, you're always second guessing yourself. Because I'm self-aware enough to know that I don't know everything. And sometimes I'm guessing. And sometimes my guesses are right, and sometimes they're wrong. But when you're dealing in bodybuilding, where, you know, it's a game of inches, game of millimeters, guessing can backfire. And it can be the difference between a first place and a last place, honestly. So, right now, my training split is a push-pull legs, rest, upper-lower, rest. So, push, we focus on chest, triceps, shoulders. Pull, we focus on back, biceps, rear delts. Legs, I do full legs, hamstrings and quads, a little more quad focused. Then I rest. Then I do upper. I focus primarily on shoulders, arms, and chest. And then on my lower, I focus on hamstrings and still gonna hit my quads there. Calves are hit on both days. Off days, I still do cardio. I do abs at least every other day, sometimes every day. So I really want to get everything moving and grooving, everything moving like a well-oiled machine before I hand the reins over to someone smarter than me. So I know that's my goal. Still doing about 40 minutes cardio every day and trying to stay as lean as possible. The weight this morning was 241.6. A year ago, I was fighting for this weight. Every day, fighting. Would maybe touch it at the nighttime and I would slide back down by the morning. So, to be where I'm at, to be healthy as I am, to be holding this weight is super important to me. And give me perspective on how year to year, even though you want to grow, you have to realize where you came from. And know that a year ago, I would have died to be waking up at 241. So that's where we're at. We're doing this cardio. We're gonna hit some abs. We're gonna hit the sauna. We're gonna pose, give you a little update on what I'm looking like, and then start eating meal one. Okay, home now. So first things first, post cardio, I had to stop at Aldi. I got a bunch of ground chicken. Got like 6 of these. I found these are pretty cool. Full hydration packs. There's 500 milligrams of sodium in here. So I can utilize those intra-workout. Got like 6 boxes of those. Another thing that I found was this Good Belly. This is a probiotic, pre and probiotic juice, pomegranate and blueberry. I won't drink this straight. I'm gonna make this into my morning concoction, which I'm about to do right now. And some bananas and some honey. So first thing is I'm gonna start off with some water. This is 8 fluid ounces. I probably don't need this much water then. All right, so we start off with about 8 ounces in there. We're gonna add 4 ounces of this Good Belly juice. Just like that, 4 ounces. Then I put my greens. I have a greens powder that I use. I also use a reds. What's greens? Where my reds at? Reds. Reds. So reds is going to be your red fruits and vegetables, mainly beetroot. That'll go in there as well. And last thing I use is this product, not affiliated, not sponsored. I've just been using this product for years now and I love it. It's called Nectar by the Ambrosia Collective. Red yeast rice powder, milk thistle, pumpkin seed extract, red clover extract, celery seed, resveratrol, coenzyme Q10, chromium. So a lot of good things in here that some of that I take in pill form, but I also like it in my very first drink of the day. That's all in there. So this is like I call it my health shake, prebiotics, probiotics, greens, reds, and some minerals and vitamins in there. It's really sweet. It's good. We're gonna get down to meal number 1. We're gonna go with eggs, toast, and a little bit of protein as well. So, see you there. All right, so meal number 1, 6 whole eggs, 4 slices of Dave's Killer Dry, no butter or anything like that, because I use a little bit of butter to cook my eggs. And then I have a homemade breakfast burrito. It's got eggs, 90-10 ground beef, some potatoes, a little cheese, and some salsa in there. So get down on this. This is gonna be meal number 1. I'm gonna guesstimate it's about 55 grams of protein. I got about 80 carbs here, about 30 here, so about 110 carbs. And for fat, I'm gonna say it's gonna be about 30 grams of fat as well. So, a bingo, a bango. Yeah. All right, meal number 2 is gonna be a shake. I did my first meal as a whole food meal, and I'm gonna go to a liquid meal. Just because we're working around the house, I wanna be quick. So a full box of egg whites makes 50 grams of protein. 50 grams of protein from protein powder, so it makes 100 grams of protein. 120 grams of a banana, which is a full banana. 32 grams of peanut butter makes 16 grams of fat. I get this down in about 20 seconds. Next meal is gonna be chicken, rice, sweet poppy sauce, the works. I'll see you guys at meal number 3. All right, next meal here. 7 ounces of 90-10 ground beef, 300 grams of russet potatoes. I've got some mixed in veggies, some bell peppers, onions, mushrooms, a little bit of sauce on there. This is meal number 3. I still have one more meal before my pre-workout meal, or one more meal is my pre-workout meal. That'll be a little quicker digesting, some rice, chicken, things I can digest a little quicker. And that's also my post-workout, but we'll see you when we get there. Okay, change of plans. Next meal is supposed to be chicken and rice. It's been a lot of switching up today. That's just how it goes. As long as I got food on hand, I got proteins, I got different sources of carbs, I can mix and match as I need to. But Chris moved training up on me like 30 minutes, so it wasn't really enough time to digest a meal. decided to get in a protein shake and a banana. That'll hold me over for a little while. I've got a little bit of carbs in my pre-workout. I'm doing the BAMF by Bucked Up with some of the Pumpocalypse in there. And then I got EAAs and electrolytes in here. Most important electrolyte in here, sodium. I got 510 milligrams of sodium in there. Really gonna fuel the pump as I work out. So I'll kill that during the workout. We got back, well, really we got pull, but no, see, I messed up. I've been doing this. We got legs today. It's legs. We did back yesterday. We got legs. So we're gonna head over there. Probably show you a couple of the exercises. Not gonna do a full video of working out, but kind of show you a couple of exercises, maybe a little bit of posing afterwards. But let's get to it. All right, so we're doing legs today. So we're doing one of our staple movements. It's the pendulum. If you've never used one, it will humble you quickly. We've worked real hard to work our way up to this weight. And this is the heaviest I've gone. I usually stop at 2 plates. I try to get 6. This is gonna help me see it. You got it, come on. Keep the core tight, take your time. Come on. 2. Ready? 3. There you go, drive. Yep. Yep. Keep going. Yep. Another one. Yep. I got you. Come on. Squeeze. Yep. One more. Come on. There you go. Yeah. So. That hurts. Chris gotta go quarter. No. Right?
No.
Live. Yeah, so this is core staple. Keep this moving in. I'd love to get 3 plates on here, it'd be dope. But we're gonna do some other workouts. See you guys later. Fuck, that hurt.
Wow, it worked.
Oh yeah.
All right. We're on to the next exercise. You all right there?
Trying to see you at eye level.
You can move your hand. Okay, so leg press. So our last set, top set. We did 1 warm up, 2 working sets. Focus here is not necessarily trying to be as heavy as possible. It's depth. So really trying to get as deep into the hole as we can. Knees get all by your ears, and you don't want your pelvis to move too much, but it's kind of almost impossible when your knees are going that far back. So there will be a little bit of a butt wink. But we're gonna try to get 12, right? We got 11 last time? Yeah. All right,
At least 8.
Oh.
Yep, you got more. Come on. One more. There you go.
Oh, fuck.
I'm done.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, well, we posed and I forgot to film it. I literally got done. I was like, oh, I didn't film any of that. A couple of the boys in there posed with him, getting ready for a pro show, getting ready for a first show. Chris, obviously, just signed up with a new coach. Super stoked for him. He's in a great spot with his body, with his recomp after the show. You know, I've coached Chris now for 5 years, since 2020. Somebody started coaching him in 2021 maybe. And we've made great progress, right? The kid has just tremendous potential. And I have enough knowledge as a competitor and as a coach in order to help him learn the sport, right? That was, when I look back at me coaching Chris, like, I really introduced him what it means to be a bodybuilder. He came from being an athlete, being a football player, weightlifter, but I kind of showed him what it meant to be a bodybuilder, like what the structure is, what the lifestyle is, what the sacrifice is, and what it takes to do this. And he was able to win some shows, turn pro, play some in pro shows. And, you know, we had the talk of, man, I've gotten you real far, and I'm also getting a lot more serious about this next competition year. And I think what's best for your future is to work with somebody that has more knowledge than I do, right? I've been at this for 10 years, but you learn new stuff all the time. There's coaches that have been doing this for decades as competitors themselves and now as professional coaches. So I'm super stoked to see where he goes. And I hope one day we can look back at this, me talking about Chris going to his new coach for the first time when he's, you know, placing at the Olympia and making noise all around the circuit. So it's a great workout. We did legs. We're gonna go home. We're gonna get that chicken and rice meal. I got a shake right here. I'm gonna slam this shake. Bam. Got my shake ready to go. Drink this on my way home. My way home is like 30 minutes. So drink that, get home, chicken and rice, take a shower, and then we'll have one more beef and potato meal before we go to bed. So I'll see you at the next meal. All right, it's 9:45. I gotta be a little quieter because everyone's asleep. Next meal, 200 grams of extra lean ground turkey. That's the 99% or 98%, whatever it is. And then 250 grams of jasmine rice, sweet poppy sauce from Flavor Gang, and 16 grams of macadamia nut oil with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt on top. This ain't gonna last but 4 minutes. So I'm gonna eat this, I'm gonna start watching some anime, chill out, and then my next meal will be about 11:30 midnight. So, bon appetit. Okay, this is it, last meal. 7 ounces of ground beef, about 60 carbs from potatoes, some mixed vegetables in there. I'm actually starving, so let me kill this, watch my show, and that's it. I'll see y'all on the next one.